Isn't this a beautiful place? But these trees are more than beautiful. They provide many benefits. They provide excellent habitat for birds. The branches protect nests and fragile eggs. Many forms of wildlife live under their protecting cover. The roots of these trees help prevent water erosion, and once they are planted, Christmas trees help keep the wind from blowing valuable soil away. Through the process of photosynthesis, they take carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and release oxygen. Humidity is added to the air we breathe when water moves from the soil into the roots, through the trunk and branches, and out of the needles. The process of photosynthesis is remarkable. It can happen even in the winter. This exchange can take place because these trees do not lose their leaves in the winter. This remarkable process happens at a faster rate in young trees compared to old ones. Christmas trees are harvested before the rate of photosynthesis begins to slow. This cone holds many seeds. These are seeds from that cone. This tree came from a tiny seed. We can all see that it has grown, but what caused it to grow? The answer is carbon dioxide. Through photosynthesis, this tree converted carbon dioxide in the air to the carbon molecules in the branches, stems, and needles. Christmas trees are a renewable resource. My family has been planting conifers for many years. If you get a real tree this Christmas, we will plant 2 to 3 new seedlings next spring. The more trees that are cut, the more we will plant. We all want to be better caretakers of the earth. We want to make more responsible decisions. This is an easy choice. So go green, get a real tree this Christmas, and do something good for the planet.
I'm standing beside a tree that has been dug out of the ground to expose its root system. This gives us a better idea of how much of the tree is actually below ground. It's a substantial proportion. About 1/4 to 1/3 of the weight or biomass of the tree actually occurs below ground. Exposing some of the root systems also allows us to demonstrate some of the carbon storage capabilities of this tree. Not counting water, about 50% of the mass or weight of the tree is carbon. Where does that carbon come from? Well, it comes from carbon dioxide in the air. Photosynthesis is the process which plants use energy from the sun to convert carbon dioxide and water into sugars and oxygen. These sugars are the building blocks of all parts of the tree: the needles, the stems, and the roots. This process occurs in the green parts of the tree. For a Christmas tree, that's the needles. Carbon dioxide is taken up through tiny holes in the needles. At the same time, water is lost through those tiny holes. This water originally was pulled into the plant through the roots, moved through the stem, out into the branches, and into the needles. It's an amazing process. Water pulled from the soil mixes with carbon dioxide from the air, and using energy from the sun, the process of photosynthesis turns carbon dioxide into something that can be used for growth. At the same time, water vapor and oxygen are released. 1 acre of Christmas trees stores 8,000 pounds of carbon. This is equivalent to the carbon released by 1,500 gallons of gasoline, or about a year of weekly fill-ups.
It takes 10 to 12 years for a Christmas tree to mature for sale. Those are years of intense labor for the tree farmer. They perform many operations throughout the growing season in cultivating this crop. During those years, these trees perform valuable services for our environment. The National Christmas Tree Association estimates that more than 460 million trees are currently grown on U.S. farms. These growers planted about 43 million trees last year to replace those cut in the previous season and to increase future supplies. If the demand for real Christmas trees increases, growers will respond by planting even more trees. So, go green. Get real. Get a real tree this Christmas.
I just planted this small tree. As it grows, we will water it if it's dry, we'll fertilize it, and we'll shape it. In about 10 to 12 years, it can be sold as a Christmas tree. I've been planting Christmas trees since I was about 5 years old. I started young because my dad has a Christmas tree farm. This tree is 10 to 12 years old. It'll be ready to cut this year for Christmas. Many families come to our farm to buy their Christmas tree. It's become one of their family traditions. Year after year, we see the same faces because trees are really important to their holiday celebrations, and they come to our farm to have fun. We plant 2 to 3 new trees for every tree that is cut during the holidays. We do that to replace the trees we sold the previous season, as well as to increase the quantity we will have available for future cutting. After the holidays, the decorations can be taken off and the tree can be recycled. It can be chipped to use as mulch. This mulch is perfect for planting beds and garden paths. Wood chips can also be used to create energy. Because Christmas trees are farmed, they are renewable and sustainable. Because they are a crop, they are completely biodegradable. Future. If you buy a tree from us, we will plant 2 to have them available for you in the future. If you buy a tree from us, we will plant 2 to 3 additional trees every spring to replace it. I've given you some good reasons to go green, get real. Buying a real Christmas tree is good for the environment.
Let's compare a real tree to a plastic tree. A real tree is grown on a farm, probably in your area. It can provide local jobs. This tree was produced in a factory, probably in China. It is manufactured using polyvinyl chloride, a petroleum-based plastic. This tree removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and releases oxygen and water vapor into the air. This tree contains lead and other products to make the tree look and feel real. Touch this one. Put your face into it and breathe deeply. It smells wonderful. Touch this one and you'd better wash your hands. Read the box your tree came in carefully. It may have a warning cautioning against children touching the tree. After Christmas, this tree can be chipped. It has viable uses after the holidays as mulch or as a raw material for a biomass energy plant. It is completely recyclable and biodegradable. After Christmas, this tree can be packed up and put in a box. But at some point it will end up in a landfill, and it will stay there for hundreds, if not thousands of years. If it is burned, it can release cancer-causing pollutants into the atmosphere. It is not biodegradable. A family can buy this tree from a local farmer. They may have been buying trees from him for years. This tree has no such family tradition attached to its purchase. After all, it came in pieces, in a box. Should your tree come from a factory? Or should it come from a farm like this one? So let us all go green. Get real. Let's get a real tree this Christmas.